Alright, I've been going pretty slow this league, so I am just now getting into Splinters, and I finally have enough for Breech and Simulacrum. I'll be doing the first nodes, maybe the second nodes, and I figured I would show the build that I am currently rocking with. It's probably in-game viable, but I'm not sure if 5,600 mana is enough to tank some of the big hits without armor and without a lot of elemental damage mitigation. So obviously I'm grabbing the only two nodes that exist for the Oracle. Everything else in the middle you don't need to worry about. Grabbing this bad boy right here, not because of anything that it does for me, but because I'm able to grab all of these really juicy nodes without having to take the minor nodes pathing into it. Now, this is going to give us some damage, regeneration, and some activation for plants. I'm grabbing these nodes here because this is just some pretty big generic damage, 30% increased damage, and then 15 for each going in. Some crit, some mana regeneration. This is how I'm getting Arcane Surge, 10% physical damage as extra damage. I'm grabbing a little bit of poison. I'm not sure that's great, but I like poison spores and bursting plague as I map through. So I'm grabbing this just because I can. Whether or not it's good, I don't know. It's there, and I don't want to only grab one node, so I grabbed a little second node because this is kind of pointless for me at the moment. So I wanted to at least utilize it in some way, so I grabbed those poison nodes. Grabbing this bad boy here to make my plants do more damage, plus 50% increased damage if I triggered recently, and I am always triggered. And then this bad boy for the 10% of damage taken from Mana Before Life with 15 intelligence. I am rocking the Cloak of Defiance, which is how I'm getting all of my damage to go to my mana, and I am pairing that up with Chaos Inoculation, so I am immune to bleed and chaos damage. Also getting some mana recoup, so when I get hit, I'm regenerating more mana. Grabbing this bad boy to be able to get me some physical damage, some armor break, I think. No, this is Impale. Some good old-fashioned spell Impale, and I'm able to grab just this one really good crit node here. I'm grabbing increased mana recovery rate for my Anoint on my amulet. This bad boy here is allowing me to get 4 points away from increased mana regeneration rate. So 4 points for 40% increased mana regeneration rate seems pretty lame when I'm getting 94% from my body armor. So I figured I would just not grab those and get things like crit multi instead. Grabbing those crit nodes here. Intelligence is mana, so I grab those intelligence. I like the fact that critical spells, physical spell critical hits pin. So I went ahead and grabbed that. Increased spell crit for spell chance is good. Bleed is okay, but you know, why not? Critical damage bonus, strength, increased physical damage. I'm also grabbing this 11% of damage as extra chaos damage, which is pretty dope in my opinion. I'm grabbing this bad boy for the 3% movement speed and the 13 to all attributes. 29% increased chaos damage is kind of nice. You know, it's going to synergize with that a little bit. And then also, I do a little bit of an item swap to grab that bad boy to do 35% of damage as extra critical damage. So it does kind of synergize a little bit there. But if I'm being honest, it's mostly for the 3% movement speed and the 13 to all attributes. Now, it may seem like it's only 13 to all attributes, but because I am able to not grab any strength on any of these nodes, it's actually 26 to mana if you think about it in that way, and 26 to intelligence, and 26 to intelligence is pretty strong. It's able to get me to 337 intelligence, which is pretty low for an in-game kind of mana intelligence stacking build, but it's better than nothing. Grabbing all the crit here, using this bad boy so I can get this 10% days on hit, and then also pair that with some physical damage and more of that strength. And here's where I am getting the armor break. That is kind of the high level setup of how I chose to path it. I think it's pretty dope. We'll see. Now let's take a look at some of my gear. It's pretty high level shit, but it's not the highest level shit. I spent, you know, just a small amount on each one of these. I didn't want to break the bank. Okay. My F1's not working. Okay, there we go. I must have had a little bit of lag here. I was trying to F1 to get rid of the metrics. We got mana, spell damage, damage is extra cold, +4 to all spell skills. I always like to buy the all spell skills because, you know, I don't play this game a lot, and if I limit myself to just physical, I can't play around if I so choose. Like if I wanted to see if plants are better than spark, I could just throw spark on this and it'll work just fine because I'm not limited to a specific damage type. So I'd rather drop 1 level because you can get +5 to all physical. I'd rather drop 1 level and just do +4 to all spells. It may not be the strongest version, but it is the most flexible. Using this bad boy for the increased maximum mana and mana regeneration rate, and it also is pretty nice to not be chilled or frozen. I think this is a really nice ring to grab. Grabbing one of these bad boys for the 6% increased mana plus some additional mana on the top. Pretty good, pretty good. Not the best. We have a dead node and we gain 32 life per enemy killed, but other than that, it's pretty solid. Not the best, but good enough. I'd never tend to go to the absolute top because it's just so expensive. But with these bad boys, you can shop around and you get them for like 1 to 3 divine, which is typically what I try to spend for each piece. A lot of times I'll get really lucky and be able to get them for significantly lower. Like this boots I got for 80 exalted orbs, I believe, which is pretty good for 80 exalted orbs. And that is what I'm rocking. That is allowing me to get my resistance discount, and I have 1300 mana regeneration rate, not including arcane surge. I'll pop that open when I got my arcane surge poppin'. Let's see what we got here. Bookmarks, player home. That's where I need to be. Do level 1. Oh, I can't do level 2 with this one. I can only do level 1. Takes a long time to get these splinters. I don't typically like to buy them because if I buy the splinters and then I do the end game, then I'm done with the game sooner. So I might as well, you know, farm them naturally. Just so you can get a little scope in on it. %28 crit chance, which is pretty low. We're looking at 342 crit bonus. Go back to that regeneration rate. We are looking at 1800 mana regeneration rate. That is pretty good, and that's when I'm max popping. That's with the mana recoup going. Pretty solid. So in 4 seconds, basically, 3 to 4 seconds, I'm at full mana again. And it doesn't even blip when I'm casting. So because it doesn't even blip when I'm casting, I can use Zenith level 2, 30% more damage while above 90% mana and 25% increased mana efficiency. That's pretty good. Pairing that with accelerated growth level 2, branching fissures level 3, poison spores, and blasting plague. For the most part, I just use Entangle. I also have Thrashing Vines and Tornado. Sometimes on bosses, I'll toss those on there. Thrashing Vines can do some pretty big damage. I decided to pair it with a little bit of Excise, whatever that is. That makes my crit go much higher than it otherwise would be. It's about 40%, which gives you a greater chance of getting that first crit before it starts to diminish your crit bonus. And I figured since I'm mostly just casting this Entangle, I can just have a little cooldown on that. Why not? Why not? Makes it more stable to actually get the crit hit. It's pretty smooth. The Bursting Plague, really nice for clear. Causes poison enemies to explode when they die. So you'll see the regular pops that I'm getting. And then there's a bigger pop from dead enemies. And I'm killing them a little too fast for you to be able to notice, but really helps for some thick Breech content. Fat man. Fat man down. I don't know how I'm doing. I don't watch any POE content, POE2 content. I'm kind of mostly waiting for it to get out of early access / beta. I finally figured out how to get to the boss in Zuri's temple, and it was all bugged out, which was just fucking annoying. I don't really like doing the temple, and then when I get to the boss, it just bugs out. Pretty highly annoyed there. I got a video showing it bugged out. I got the boss to like inches from death, and then it just like, nah. We don't want to do this. Pretty happy with the build so far. I die from those friggin' assholes who got the mana circles. Basically, when I see one of those guys, they just run to me and then they steal my mana and then I die. It's pretty annoying. Yeah, it's kind of like a spark, but with physical and pops, so it's better than spark. Very easy build. And doing Cloak of Defiance, so all the damage is going to mana with Chaos Inoculation. It's pretty smooth. I'm sure you could probably find some way to get a little more tanky for physical damage. I have no armor. I decided to just go all ES, all energy shield. Because yeah, I'm converting that all to mana, so I might as well go energy shield there. Not sure Chaos Inoculation is the absolute right choice, but it does make my gear a lot cheaper because I don't have to, stack Chaos Resistance. Getting Chaos Resistance in gear is always a bit of a pain in the ass. And also makes your gear significantly more expensive, so I saved quite a bit of coin just going CI instead, you know what I mean? So I feel it might not be the absolute best in-game, because you can just perfect roll and get mana and life, so you'd probably be like 2,500 life, and then still have 5,600 mana, and then the damage, once it goes through the mana, then goes to life, so it's give you a bigger buffer. I don't know. I guess we'll find out as I get into the end game if this is enough to survive that guy right there. Those sons of bitches, they be killing me. They're keeping me at level 92 because they seem to just like throw a bunch all at once at me. And I don't pay enough attention. This build is a brain dead build. You just cast and walk, right? It's a POE1 build. And when you play in a brain dead build that doesn't die a lot, you kind of just let things happen, Nobody can rape you because you're letting it happen. Always been a fan of the Simulacrums. See, that could have ended bad for me. I was just hanging out, and all of a sudden the Mana Thief shows up. Look at me being immune to chaos. Fucking loser. And they seem to be adding more and more and more chaos damage into the games. I remember POE1, I basically would never get chaos resistance. It wasn't really needed. But times are a-changin'. Slow and steady. I don't think POE2 will be done next year. Maybe by next Christmas, maybe. No, to me, it's already done. Like, they're using early access as an excuse, but they're selling supporter packs. They're doing seasons. So, to me, it is not an early access. They're not treating it like early access. That's not meant to be a complaint. It's just an observation that, you know, calling this early access is not exactly what I would consider to be accurate. In terms of like their release schedule, how they treat their cosmetics and the way they make money, it won't change when it, at least I don't think it'll change when it goes into full release. So it's already getting a full monetization structure while in early access. Or beta, whatever they're calling this. Alright, final wave. I'm pretty sure this gets much harder when you get more difficult waves, but I don't have enough sauce. I'm sure you don't want to sit through another 15 waves either. It's gonna be one of those builds where you see me alive, and because of my mana regeneration, you can't even really tell I'm getting hit until I get hit. Eventually I'm gonna get a big old hit, and it's gonna wreck my life. Alright, we got some knowledge. Done-zo. Just put that on real quick. I don't know where I'm going with that. Why not? Okay, that's interesting. Whoops. I needed those. Give me those back. should be able to do level 2 as well. For the Twisted Domain. It's a little easier to get Breech splinters for me. And I do Breech more than I do Simulacrum. This should be a cakewalk for this build. Boss might be a different story. Really haven't done any big bosses yet. Did they get rid of the stone and copper temples? I haven't even seen one of those yet, I don't think. Can't remember if they got rid of those or not. See, look at that. Spawn on those dicks. I'll wipe you out real quick if you ain't paying attention. Going for a walk, man. Going for a walk, watering my plants. Got that cock going. Rocking Thunderstorm on cock. Doing some magnified effect, prolonged duration, and efficiency. I don't really care about the damage from it, but it does do pretty good damage. I just don't want it stealing all my mana. Alright, let's actually do a Swamperoonie. That plague thing only works on enemies on death, if I remember reading it correctly. So we won't be needing that shit. I forgot all of his movesets. Let's just hope I kill him quick enough. Can you drop something on that lightning? Okay, he didn't drop it. Let's just run it back. Run it back. Just in case I get a bonus in the Twisted Realm. Yeah, let's do the additional breaches. Which I don't think give me a bonus in the additional realm. I don't think those really give the bonuses. A level 2. And I won't have enough to do a level 3. At least not today. We'll have to hit that on a different day. Playing a little bit of that Night Rain. Going from Night Rain to this is a big difference. Night Rain has some intensity to that game. When you're done killing the Night Lord, my hands are fucking sweaty. The game gives you a big old adrenaline boost when you win. Way better than I thought it would. I kind of didn't know if I would like a Elden Ring Battle Royale-esque game, but damn, I think they fucking nailed Night Rain. It is some peak fun right there. It's got some jank to it, but sometimes I think jank adds to a game's quality sometimes. Like if the controls are absolutely perfect, I don't know, kind of feels like it takes something away sometimes. Like if you were to absolutely smooth out the original Resident Evil's control structures, something would be lost there. I don't know what it is that is lost. Maybe it's just nostalgia that's lost. Sometimes the jank is pretty nice. I think I'm onto something though, because a lot of games that have like a level of jankiness to the control structures, they tend to do pretty well sometimes. Still think 200% move speed when out of combat better than the sprint. Fixes the problem. Or they can just, not make giant corridors with no point and really bad map design. But a band-aid works too. Doing? Is this your big boy attack? Well, I think I didn't dodge any of those. I think they all pretty much hit me. Of course, it was only a level 2, so won't know until the level 3-ish. Which won't be in this video. Ooh. Ooh. Hello. Hello. Oh, damn. That's some shit rolls right there. See where we're going with this. Yeah, let's go full stack, baby. I didn't even really read it. It's easy to respec, so, reading's for the birds. Nope. Nope. Maybe. Nope. 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 Maybe. Lightning would pump it up 3 times. Yeah, if I hit that right. If I hit that one right too. Some maps that I'm going to be running right here. I just put them in there to get them out of the way. We're gonna be doing some Abyss, some Breach, and some Delirium. Each one of these is modded up. I just randomly modded it just to get a feel for what it looks like when you're mapping. Oh, let's put on my pops. I like my pops. Gotta have my pops. I just wanna kill you, dickheads. Proximal intangibility. Two of the worst fucking mods to mix together. It's pretty smooth. It's obviously got some pretty slow movement speed. But if you're into like a more chill, just kind of click a button, everything dies. Man, this is pretty smooth sailing. Shinkoto. Speed it up a little bit. I'm doing a little bit of shrine action. As I start the map and get into in-game, I always kind of like to do the shrines. I usually turn them off later. But getting these movement speed shrines with extended duration is just super hot. This is where the pops come in handy. And we're refreshing that movement speed shrine. Low on divines this league. I think I've only gotten 4 hard divine drops. I had to do a bunch of selling shit. I think I went through 4 iterations of upgrades for each gear slot. Meaning I would get my piece of gear, I'd spend like 80 exalted orbs on it, then I'd buy a new one for like 2 divine, and then I would sell my old one for probably about half of what I paid for it. I did that like 2 to 4 times for each clear slot to get to where I'm finally at. It's usually a little bit more inefficient than I normally do. Normally I'll do like 5 exalted orbs and then move straight into my in-game piece. But I had multiple phases this time. I wasn't really getting a lot of currency drops early on. It's kind of rough. And the first few days I played multiplayer, so I wasn't playing in my own little world. So I was already pretty geared up by the time I started doing my own map area. Which always kind of gets you just a little bit behind. Man, I don't know what they did performance-wise, because I have a very, it's kind of old but powerful CPU. Got like 38 cores in it or some shit. It was top of the line like 5 years ago. It's no longer top of the line. It's one of them big ass red rippers. It was like $900 when it first came out. I think because I got so many cores, but the cores are pretty slow. Ooh, this boss, alright. Needed this son of a bitch. Oh, let's swap it out. Because I have so many damn extra cores, I think it helped out a ton. Whatever their change was to allow more cores being used or something. Ooh, you got stunned. You got armor broken. Like a loser. Ooh, you got an invitation and some knowledge and some buckler. I don't need gold anymore. Why am I picking that shit up? Hell yeah, knowledge me up, dog. So turn to that surface. I finally went and bought one of these. They weren't really giving me a ton. I don't really know how you get the Abyss tablets, but I'm not getting them organically. So I had to go buy that shit. I think I only use the tornado because it's fun. I don't think it's any good, but it is fun. Are you still hitting me, bro? Oh yeah, it's one of these. Yeah, I'm not even done with this. Getting behind doing multiplayer. Drop anything else good? Give me that. Dun 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 dun. First things first, I'm the realist. I want to try to roll movement speed on those. Less glory usage, I'm never going to use that shit. Let's run it again. Boost. What am I getting here? 50% spawn monsters. Oh, I don't know what any of these mean. Let's refund that. How do I refund again? Have to refund it through here. Yeah, refund Atlas passive. Since I don't really know what the hell this means, right? I'll go a different route. Okay, we got any like red? I think they got rid of. We got a big boss here. Let's try to find out how we fight that guy. Looks like it's got 2 bloods going into it. So let's just blood it up. Mods we got. Big old crit multis, extra damage is lightning. Less recovery of... Oh, it's not mana, so that's nice. Yeah, I don't even read these. I just slam it and pajama it. Oh, we gotta hit that guy over there. Get that cleared out. Oh, I almost stumbled. Almost sprinted into a bad time. I do that a lot. Interesting. Why was that all special? Might as well run with this fucking wisp here. Nomophobia. That's calling Fat Man. He did not last very long. Mouse hit my keyboard. We still got some green guys over here, some gringos. Get that bitch out. I didn't hit the stone. Gotta make sure you hit the stone. You're just blindly swinging, buddy. You ain't hitting shit. Rage Crash. I get this quite a bit. My performance is stellar now, but the amount of times my game will just do this drastically increased. Oh, that's a hard crash. I didn't even try to recover. That is just a kapoosh. Let's hope it didn't eat my map. Sometimes it eats your map. Did not eat my map. And it spawned me right in. You can pick it up. We'll let you. There you go. Shit that I missed at. Mostly just the rares. Should just skip it. Ooh, simulacrum splinters. I bet I don't have a lot of simulacrum splinters because if I can quit the map over and over again before it's actually over, before it drops them, I bet that's why. It's not that I'm dumb. Ooh, 28 quality. That's why it was all special. Ooh, I might get pretty good. Level 5. Almost good. Alright, let's run it here. Kind of feels like they got rid of the iron and copper dudes and replaced it with the whatever I'm trying to get to now. Just a guess though. Probably had to do Arbiter of Ash next if I keep playing. I'm not sure I'm gonna keep playing. There's no real new in-game. Only reason I keep playing is I'm fucking enjoying this build. It's just smooth and kind of mindless. Put on a TV show and just let map away. Best kind of builds. POE1 builds. Love them maps. I don't really know what anyone else is doing with the plant build. I really like this variation. I had multiple iterations heading up into this. And so far, this one's my favorite. Also has the best gear out of all the iterations I've had. It's really hard not to pick that stuff up. Eventually I get to the point where I stop picking all that stuff up. But until this point, I've gotten most of my currency from picking that stuff up and identifying good things to sell. Because as you can see, doing just an alt-go strategy like I'm doing, the divines really ain't dropping. I am at a 0 divine per hour from raw divines, if you rounded it. Probably get 1 divine every 3 hours. Of course, I don't play very quickly. I kind of dick around a lot. Oh, we got it. What the fuck? Oh, that's probably how I unlock it. Hell yeah. Did I get everything? We're missing some rares, but not showing me where they're at yet. Maybe it doesn't show me until I kill enough of them. Oh, we also got a handy here. Breech liners. Doesn't seem like that many. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, I don't know. I don't know shit about POE2. Figured it's kind of pointless to go super in depth with it, because whatever they're doing, they're definitely going to change it. I mean, there's not even really a very good end game. And the numbers will scope creep up, so I don't even know what like good defense numbers looks like when I open up a POE planner or whatever. So I don't talk a lot about it. I'll post it into the description, but I don't know what's good. We got a few rares left, but that's it. Probably ought to skip out on it. We'll just finish this last little block here. There we go. Now it's showing me where they're at. I missed all the shrines too. The feng shui of all these maps, it does not jive with me. always have a very difficult time getting a good grasp on how to run these maps, because in Path of Exile 1, I'd select one map, and then I would memorize the map, and then I'd run that map over and over and over again, and get into a nice little flow state. But with POE2, you don't really get to control what map you run. So it makes it a lot harder for me to memorize the maps, where to go, the efficient ways to run it, and I kind of fucking hate that, to be honest with you. It's almost like they're forcing you to eat their shit in order for you to get the good ones. Because I think they know deep down, if they let you select your map, people be selecting probably 3 maps at tops, and only running 3 maps because their map design is not that great. Ooh, T1, energy shield and armor. T1, energy shield and armor. Interesting. I don't want to fuck with it though. I don't know why I'm looking at all this shit. Just sell and go, sell and go. Actually, technically, don't pick up in the first place and go. Alright, finally starting to get some maps going. They weren't quite dropping for me. Now I'm starting to get a collection. Eventually it'll just fill the whole damn thing up. But as I said, I started multiplayer. Alright. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, Snow fucking Mountain here. Monsters take 28% reduced extra damage from critical hits. Players are cursed with temporal chains. Nasty. Why didn't you run? Activation failed. Map is not accessible. What? Why the fuck is the map not accessible? Traverse? Activation failed. Map is not accessible. Why is the map not accessible? Does it not like these things? Hold on. The Vol who survives. The Cataclysm must survive each other. Why aren't you accessible? Requires Waystone tier 6 or higher. So tier 15. This fucking game, man. This fucking game. Maybe I gotta... Oh. I think I see some red fluff coming out of that one. Oh, that's gonna be a long fucking way to get to here. I mean, you should just be able to go there. God, I hate this end game so much. It is so dog shit. I guess we won't be fighting one of those world bosses. It's a good idea, they're just refusing to abandon. I mean, it's a bad idea, they're refusing to abandon because they're not convinced it's a bad idea, which is how good developers work, you know? They gotta fully flesh out, they think it's a good idea. They gotta run with it, give it an honest effort. Maybe they got some ideas in the future. But for me, it's a time waster. Path of Exile 1, I mean, the objective is to run the map, not to build some fucking weird maze zone thing to try to route where you're gonna go. Nah, the objective is to run the map. So anything that gets in the way of you running your map is bad. And that gets in the way of me running my map. So it's bad. I like when they teleport on me. So they don't teleport on me, then I gotta try to roll through their little fucking barrier. That is a good shot. I'm gonna flub that. Flub it up. Get that flubber. Oh, got that ting. Guess my stats are off now. Now it's divine an hour. How long? Yep, I've been streaming for exactly an hour. And by streaming, I do mean recording. Yeah, I'll probably take this into a little bit deeper end game. I mean, the build kind of deserves it, right? It's actually pretty dope. Fuck you, Vault Beacon. Goddamn asshole. I'm still mad at it. Fucking wonder if it'll let me fight the boss. It's bricked out. Bunch of fucking bullshit. Oh my god. Bunch of fucking bullshit. I'm gonna continue to ignore that shit. This is really just the Abyss League 2.0, am I right? Like last time was the Abyss League, and this time it's the Abyss League. But it's the Abyss League and I don't know what you would call it. Core. Ready for this boss. What you got, you son of a bitch? Get tornadoed, get planted. Get tornadoed. Get big planted. Double map. Fucking dweeb. Oh, did I miss? Oh my god, I missed the simulacrum. Why isn't it like right fucking next to it? God damn it. I'm not gonna run through just for a simulacrum. Fucking lame. Alright, that's the build. Let's go ahead and go into Path of Building. Get this bad boy linked up. Let's see, well, let's try to get it including full DPS, configuration. I'm always moving, baby. I am always on full life. I am always on full mana. No, no, no. Am I sprinting? No. I do have Arcane Surge. No poisons. I have crit recently. I have crit in the past 6 seconds. I have triggered their spell for that 50% increased damage. Yeah, sure. Enemy's moving. Enemy is dazed as fuck. Enemy's pinned up. Sure, that's what we got. Good enough. Let's see. 23,000 deeps. I don't. Is that good? I don't fucking know. Accelerated growth. EPH, effective health pool, 13,000. I don't know, is that good? There's basically nothing on the fizz, so any fizz hit's pretty much gonna kill me. But that regeneration, mana regeneration, 1795. Hot diggity damn. Let's see, out of curiosity, what this 40% does. I mean, that's more than I was expecting. Holy shit. What about 8 mana? What about some spell? Arcane Surge Pump. What if we swing over here? What if we got that? And then we just fucking pimped out with that. Nah, that ain't shit. That ain't shit. It good enough. Alright. I'll check y'all's later.